Drew moved here right after Hurricane Katrina, and he came over and stayed with us for a while, and his parents decided that they were going to move here. And once they had decided that, Drew lived with me for about a month so he could go to school.
I guess I met Drew through being best friends with Cody. I probably met Drew about a year ago, and he's just a cool person to be around.
He was always like tall, skinny guy, and like always just there. And, like he wouldn't talk much, but when he did, he always had something weird or funny to say. He was never like the person where it'd be like who's that? You always knew who Drew was.
Drew was just a fun person to be around. Like he knew people. Like not so much like knew people. I mean, he knew how people work. Like he was always the guy sitting in the back seat. And if you were really mad about something, he'd always be the one to throw in that line, and you just turn around and like laugh and just be like, Drew, shut up.
He was just a tall, lanky kid. I used to call him Limp Noodles because his arms were so skinny.
It was 9th grade, and he was in my PE class, and he was like new because he came from Hurricane Katrina. And I remember I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, that poor guy's sitting all by himself. And so I walked up to him, and I was like, hi, I'm Brianna. And we had like 3 classes together, and we've been best friends since like the first day I met him.
Me and Cody were like chilling with Drew at Starbucks, and the night of the accident, we were just hanging out. He had just gotten off work, and I had to go home and do some homework, and I brought Cody up to Starbucks. So I said, Cody, we gotta hit the road, dude. And Cody wanted to stay a little bit later, so Drew said he'd give him a ride home.
And about a minute after my dad left, he called me and said, who dropped you off? And I said, Drew. And he said, get to Mills Branch Drive and Echo Mountain as fast as you can. There's been an accident.
When Ryan called me, one of our other close friends, he was pretty like shocking towards me. So I heard it was pretty rough, and it was pretty sad. So
I got a phone call from Cody at about, I think like 9 o'clock, and he was just like yelling. He's like, Corey, run to the end of your street. Drew got in an accident. Dude, get down there. It's bad. So I didn't even have shoes on or anything. I just went right out the door and just sprinted down the street.
I was at home watching a movie, and I got a call from Cody around 9 o'clock, and he was just screaming, and Drew was in an accident.
So I got scared, and I called Drew's phone, and some random guy picked up the phone and asked, who is this? And I said, this is Cody. Who is this? He said, Cody, I just witnessed a really bad accident. I think your friend was a part of it.
I was at home when I got the call from Cody, and he told me that Drew was in an accident, and I freaked out. I had no idea that it was anywhere as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought maybe he was going to be a little bruised up. And then he told me that he got life-flighted to Herman Memorial, and I knew that it was really, really bad.
I left my house in about 2 seconds and was there, and they had about 5 cop cars and an ambulance and a whole bunch of people.
Like I'm coming around the curb, and I see like an ambulance there, and I see some people crowded around, but I'm still thinking like it's just like a car crash, he's gonna be all right. And then I get up there, and there's like a little crowd of people. I just see some feet sticking, and I run up, and then right when I get like right there, a paramedic steps aside, and I'm just looking at Drew. He's laid out there.
You could see where the truck hit him. It hit him right in the driver's side door, and both cars were totaled. And when I saw Drew right after the accident, he had blood all over the place, and his eyes were kind of twitching, opening, and whatnot. And that's pretty much it. I couldn't look at him for more than about 5 seconds.
Drew really needs some financial support because his bill's going to be way over $1 million, and his insurance will cover about 80% of it.
We're currently raising money for Drew's family. The medical bills will be pretty outrageously expensive. As far as I've heard, his insurance only covers about 80% of it, and that bill's going to be well over $1 million.
We're doing a fundraiser at all 3 lunches, and anything helps, even if you have an extra dollar. If everyone would just give $1, we could make so much money to help out his family. And even if you don't have money with you, we have a card that you can sign. It's big, huge card, and you can sign it and say whatever you want, and we're going to give it to him when he's all better.
There's a table set up at school for the fundraiser for Drew, and we'd all like for you to just donate as much as you can, or if you just have, every little bit counts.
Me and a few close friends of Drew were doing a fundraiser during lunch where people can donate money for Drew's medical bills, because the bill is going to be, well over $1 million, and his insurance only covers 80%. So if the bill is $1 million even, 80%, that leaves his parents to foot the bill of $200,000, and that's a lot of money these days.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah, I miss him a lot.